Hey everybody, welcome back to Movieverse. My name is Brian. We have Greg and Shad joining me today for more coverage of San Diego Comic-Con 2017. This is outside the movie realm, but something that is quasi-connected to the MCU, so we'll go ahead and count it. It is the trailer for Defenders that was just released yesterday. I have not seen it. Have you seen it, Greg?
No.
Have you seen it?
I have not. No.
Okay. So this will be the first time for all of us to see this, but I have seen all of the Netflix Marvel shows. Greg, have you seen all of them?
Still have to finish Iron Fist.
Okay.
But otherwise,
Yeah, I've seen them all.
You've seen them all?
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed by the second half of Luke Cage, and Iron Fist didn't really do it for me, even though I think there's potential with that character, and I like Luke Cage's character in the first half of that show, and also what he was in with Jessica Jones. I love Daredevil Season 1 and Season 2, and I love Jessica Jones. So I'm excited to see all those characters being able to interact with each other in this. Greg, what are your expectations for the trailer and the
I
show?
want to see them working together. I know we've seen like a teaser of the Defenders already, but like to have a full trailer, kind of see them like interacting with each other in terms of like the plot of this series. Mm-hmm. And, kind of seeing like what is the threat that will force them all to come together. Yeah,
and I think it has to be more than just Sigourney Weaver, because it seems like she's just like it seems like she's more of like a business type lady, maybe pulling the strings. So there's going to be other people. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be fighting Sigourney Weaver. But yeah, what are your thoughts and expectations for the series that we've seen and the series that we're...
I didn't universally like a lot of the Netflix series. I loved Daredevil Season 1, and I loved about half of Season 2.
Yeah.
Like the stuff that focused on the Punisher, I loved.
Yeah.
But whenever they deviated and it was a Electra heavy episode,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care for those.
Yeah.
I liked Iron Fist's story better than I liked what's his name?
Luke Cage?
No, the guy playing Iron Fist. I've completely blanked on his name. I don't think he was the strongest choice for that character.
Yeah.
I thought the show was better than his performance.
Gotcha. I could agree.
Yeah, the show had some really good had some good characters and some good moments, but overall, at least so far, I've seen.
Yeah.
I definitely like the Colleen Wing character.
Yes,
I thought
she was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah, which is surprising because that actor was also in Game of Thrones, and I really enjoyed his character and his performance on that show, and I thought that it would have translated more, not because the characters are similar, but because I think he has the ability to be a good actor.
Well, yeah, I have nothing against him personally.
Yeah.
I just think the material they gave him was not strong.
Gotcha. Okay.
And but I'm very much looking forward to all of them interacting together. I want to see some group action, group interactions.
Yes.
And that's what's got me most interested in the Defenders.
One thing that I'm looking forward to is the interaction between Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I've heard some things about how their characters interact, so I'm kind of curious to see what is like in this trailer. So without further ado, let's go ahead and react to this trailer for you, and we'll give you some of our thoughts and reactions at the very end. And we'll start it in 3, 2, 1.
The thing about war is it only works if both sides believe they're the good guys.
True.
The truth is, we're not so different. We fight to get back what was once ours.
I think that's exactly what I was wanting
But
to see.
in the
Group
end,
action.
and this is the end, it's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
I think we're safe for now. We need to figure out our next move.
No, there is no next move.
And there is no we.
What is that? We're not here to eat.
Are those pork?
No, the shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
I'm not looking for super friends.
Shit.
That doesn't matter. Can't fight these people. Not even with whatever it is your hand can do. It's cheap.
It's not.
They're hunting our friends, our families, and they're not gonna stop there.
More death is coming. And the only thing keeping Manhattan from crumbling to a pile of dust is the four of you.
The war for New York, it's over.
Not yet.
Nice ears.
They're horns.
I can see you've formed a kind of bond. I promise you it's temporary.
Electra.
They will disappoint you.
Jessica. Like it or not, we belong out there together. I'm glad we found each other. I'm not hugging you.
It's been a long week.
Well, that's soon, too.
Was it?
18th of August.
Oh, nice. That is very soon. All right.
Oh, still like November.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we got to see was obviously the interaction between the characters. We got to see them fight together. We also saw a lot of returning characters, whether it be from Daredevil season 2 or
Seemed like
Iron
everybody
Fist.
had somebody come back in that show.
Yeah, which is really what it should be, right? I mean,
Right.
it is a what they've done with this Netflix series of Marvel shows is say that, okay, we're going to take this small bit of New York and we're going to tell you what's going on inside that little bit. It's underneath the Avengers radar. Although with this, where it's talking about a city level event, they're going to have to address that somehow, I think.
Yeah, because Hell's Kitchen is just one neighborhood.
Yeah, where she's talking about crumbling a city. So I don't know that she means physically crumbling a city, but if there's some type of corruption.
Luke Cage takes place in Harlem.
Yes.
And so each character has a different part of New York.
Correct.
True, yeah.
So
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how they address that in the fact of like, okay, is it a event that we perceive the Avengers should come to, or is it something, because it seems like a lot of the stuff with the Defenders has to do with corruption, right? I mean, with Captain America, the Winter Soldier, they dealt with corruption of S.H.I.E.L.D., but not of like city government or
Yeah,
business.
all the Netflix stuff is really scaled back compared to the
well,
greater MCU.
so the Netflix stuff is gang warfare, whereas the Avengers movies are more like national conflicts.
Yeah, alien invasions and big terrorist stuff
that affects an entire nation. Whereas all Punisher and Daredevil and all them, they're dealing with crime bosses and stuff like that. So which I think it's a nice, because so many times you see in these comic book movies the hero faces off against the villain and that's it. Whereas what made Daredevil so good was Wilson Fisk was this kind of kingpin, for to use the character name, and but he wasn't the one getting his hands dirty
until the very end.
Yeah. So I feel like that's why having somebody like Sigourney Weaver, who's gonna be pulling those strings, and being that kind of menacing threat that just sends her minions after them, justifies why the Avengers are involved, but also justifies why the Defenders have to come together.
Yeah, I think, like I said, obviously Sigourney Weaver will not be fighting the Defenders at any point in the series. She is more of a what it looks like to be a businesswoman who I guess has unlimited amounts of money where she can hire all these people to fight the Defenders in whatever kind of corruption or whatever.
The hand appears to be involved. Like it showed some of them a couple times.
Yeah, so I guess she has to do something with the hand, because she is. It looks like she at one point is training Elektra in a abandoned building where she murders everybody who's fighting her. So obviously she's going to be. I know you didn't like her in the season 2, but it looks like she's going to be a central character in this.
She's going to be back, so I'm going to have to just stomach it, I guess.
Well, I think it's going to be different showrunners. Yeah. Actually, I think the showrunners for this are the same showrunners from Iron Fist, I believe they said, which gave me some pause at the beginning because, like I said, I was a little bit disappointed by the Iron Fist series. But seeing them all together definitely was satisfying for me in this trailer. Like I said, the interactions between Jessica Jones and Daredevil definitely were left for some comedic parts in there, and also the line from Luke Cage, I'm not going to hug you. That was really funny as well. Definitely seems like Matt is going to be getting a lot of shit from his companions because he is the only person wearing a costume. But I think it's going to add for a lot of fun in the series.
He's also the only one without super strength. I was thinking about that when they were fighting. They all have very similar skill sets except for him.
Yeah, I mean, even Iron Fist, it's not like his powers are not like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, but he does have that chi that he can channel through his.
It's also interesting because you do have Daredevil and Iron Fist, which are much more martial arts oriented.
Yeah.
But then you have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones, which are just raw strength.
Yeah. So I think that adds a different level of with Daredevil and Iron Fist, you're going to have a lot more choreographed, fight scenes, which are going to be very visually pleasing. Which the super strength of Jessica Jones and Luke Cage will also be visually pleasing, just in a different way.
Yeah, completely less graceful way.
Yeah, so I think that there's a lot of room for variation in that for the series.
Even though their powers are very similar, their personalities couldn't be more different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you get a lot of the comedy from, and kind of a lot of the drama from as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely showed there that they're going to have some moments of internal fighting, which I guess Marvel likes their characters to fight with each other before they team up and take care of the threat. We see that in all the Avengers movies every time. So the formula works, so I'm not going to bash it. It definitely adds drama if your characters don't get along, which in real life, there's plenty of times where you work with people who you're not going to get along with, so I guess that reflects.
Yeah, nobody gets along 100% of the time.
Yeah, so... All right, thank you for watching our trailer reaction to The Defenders for Netflix from San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Let us know what you thought of the trailer in the comments. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.